Greetings. This is the last of 8 video segments as we look at the PPP model of lesson planning in action. The whole class has been building up to this moment. Earlier in the class, the context introduced the theme and had the students speak about it. The reading text strengthened that theme and also introduced how the target language could be used in that context. Although it wasn't until the presentation stage where the key elements to focus on were introduced. The various practice activities help the students prepare for this final production activity, and that is where we are now. The goal is to have the students use the target language while speaking about a topic related to the theme. They are to use the 2 conditionals in their conversation without the aid or participation of the teacher. This is to give us a clear idea on how well they have learned the structures and the progress they have made, or still need to do. Before beginning the video, I'd like to say a few words, welcoming you to Max's English Corner, where English teachers can find articles, stories, materials, lesson plans, and more. If you like this video, please click on the like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Now, to the video. We're going to talk about a world with less air pollution. Okay? Now, it's a real possibility, but maybe in the next 1 year, probably not, no?
No. Yeah, not in long.
Because maybe we need new technology to substitute.
Yes.
We're consumers, we need things. It's difficult to change things, yeah?
Yeah.
So, I'd like us to speak just for a couple minutes about the future, but not 200 years in the future, but not 2 months, maybe in the next 10 years. All right? Now, if you think it's a real possibility, you decide in the first conditional. If you think it's too soon, it's not sufficient time, or the technology is not correct, or the people are not correct, then you use the second conditional. Depends. So tell me, what do you think about air pollution? Do you think it's possible to reduce it in the near future?
In the near future?
Yeah.
It depends.
Tell me more. Depends on what.
What would you do?
Imagine situations.
If you had the opportunity, what would you do?
Individually or?
No, as a group.
What would you do if you had the opportunity to reduce the...
But how would you do it?
What would you do?
But how? How would you reduce it?
How would you do it?
But not just one individual, because I can't change their... Except if I ride a bicycle and not a car. But the politicians, and maybe we can vote in certain ways. But what can we do? What can be done?
But we have to ask questions or to...
Well, just talk about it. Yeah.
If we had changed the towers, we would change the back tower. No,
The back towers?
No. If we would change the form, if we had changed the form to throw the paper to the toilet, we call had less pollution.
With the paper of the toilet?
Yes, if we would change.
Maybe we want the past. If we changed
If we change,
our
We would
system,
change
yeah.
the system to throw.
I think yes.
Yeah.
But instead of plastic bottles, if we
But that's,
if we change the plastic bottles for the other kind of bottle, other kind of materials,
Glass bottle.
yes, but glass bottle is a little dangerous.
If we
Glass
change it.
Maybe other kind of material instead of plastic bottles. Maybe we will reduce
We have to
the pollution.
If we were really convinced that the pollution is a big problem, we could do something more for. Is correct?
yeah.
For
But I think that
for,
now people is
reduce
doing many things.
the-
People are doing many things now.
Yes.
More than in a few years ago, I think yes, no? In the during the transport, because if not, the food is damaged. The problem is the materials that they use.
It's a big problem.
It's a big problem.
We have to change
You
the
will
way
see.
we
Transport is necessary to cover the fruits.
Okay.
We can do more things.
I
We
think that
can.
they should invent other materials to cover the fruits. The fruit or the meat or the fish.
Maybe glass again.
But glass, I think, is a little heavy. The glass.
It's true. It is heavy.
But
It's heavy.
if in the shop had different bags,
Mhm.
Yes.
yes, we can in different bags.
Mm.
We could do different things.
Yeah.
Yes.
To-
yes. I think now it's changing. People mind is changing.
Yes.
Mind people is changing.
Yeah, now
And we'll
yes,
stop
there are a lot of different.
Okay.
The final speaking activity did not meet the full criteria of what should constitute a successful production activity. Here are a few takeaways to keep in mind. The teacher gives the instructions, but after the task is set up, the teacher does not intervene or participate. This means no corrections, no hints or prompting, no guiding, no explanations, and no speaking. Only the students speak. The insights and information gained by observing the students in action can be very useful in the later feedback session and in planning the next class or classes. The students should focus on each other while speaking, and not frequently looking at the teacher for approval or confirmation. The students are interacting with each other as they explore the theme together. They are not following a set formula which determines when, how, and what they are to say. As said before, if students don't use the target language correctly, if they overuse it, don't use it at all, and if they make many mistakes in other areas, let them complete the task of speaking. Any corrections, issues, or advice can be presented later in the feedback session. In the PPP model, the idea is that the theme established in the context activity, pollution, runs throughout the class and is the theme for the production activity. The form of the activity could be approached from a variety of ways. Here are some possible activities one could use. Conversations. Collaborative tasks, like making plans and decisions together. Discussions. Debates. Role plays.